Alright guys, come join me really quick and watch me attempt to make a sandwich. We'll see an Unwich, really. This is a Jimmy Johns. I don't know if you can hear me really well or not, but I'm at Central Market and I wanted lunch, and Jimmy Johns is not close by, and I'm not a fan of delivery, so I thought I'd hop on really quick. And I can tell you what's in the sandwich if you've never had one. So you're gonna have turkey, ham, roast beef, the capicola, and this is a hot version. I can show them to you as I pull them out of the bag. And then salami also, and then for cheese, hey Mom, I'll send you those pictures in just a minute. And so for the cheese, I've got provolone cheese, that's right, okay. So I'm just gonna put all the meats down, and I didn't want to buy a whole container of lettuce, and so I got just some greens. I did this, I went to the salad bar and got a container of greens really quick. And I'm gonna actually do an inside out sandwich. So I just got some greens that I can put on the inside, and I made my own dressing. So at the salad bar, they have vinegar and oil, and I just mixed that in a container and went to the spice aisle and got some herbs and put those in here. So I put oregano and parsley and some black pepper in there. So I just want to show you that really quick. And we'll see how this is going to turn out, because I've done this a couple of times before, but we'll see if I can do it again. Hey Cody. So I'm going to start with the different lunch meats. So the first one I put down was the turkey, and this one here, and I didn't get a lot because I didn't want it to be like the gargantuan from Jimmy Johns. It's, yes, keto eating. It's a really big sandwich, the gargantuan. You can have that probably in 2 meals instead of 1, so I opted. So this is the salami that I got right here. I should have probably gotten double this, but I didn't. So I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna put 2 on each side. And I'll see if I can show this to you as I'm making it, because I'm really just gonna make like a lunch meat roll-up is what I'm doing. So I'm in the salad container. I don't know if you can really see that very well. So I've got the turkey down first, and then the salami in there already. And let's see, this one is the capicola. So I didn't get a lot of this either. I should have gotten a few more pieces. So I'm gonna put this on here. Sorry, I'm looking around a little bit because I'm sitting probably at the biggest table in Central Market, and there wasn't any other place to sit where I could do this really quick and show you guys. So I'm over here stacking everything up, and this table I'm sitting at probably sits, 8 or 10 people. So you're making some eggs this morning? I did have eggs for breakfast. I went to P. Terry's and I had some sausage and egg and cheese with them, and so I got it in a bowl with some jalapenos on top, and I posted that earlier. So this is the roast beef Angus that I got here. You can see what that looks like. So that's going on the sandwich too. This is going to be interesting. I haven't had this sandwich in a while. And I thought, well, kind of in the mood for it. So the cheese is going to be provolone cheese. And probably just going to put, those are fairly large slices of cheese, so I'm probably just going to put a couple slices on there. And I can post the ingredients to the sandwich if you're curious about making it yourself. It was a little bit more expensive than I had planned it to be. It's $2 or $3 more than going to Jimmy John's and actually buying the sandwich. And I don't eat deli meats very often, but mostly turkey. And I was just really in the mood for this, and so the last thing I'm putting on is the smoked ham. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to see if I can actually roll this up. Hey Bryce. Hey Dory. It's good to see you guys on. Thanks for watching. This is what I'm dealing with here. So I'm going to see if I can, if I'm actually going to be able to make this into a roll up or not. Hey, it's good to see you guys on. Thanks for joining me. I'm just making a sandwich from, I'm trying to replicate a sandwich from a sandwich shop I have here in the city, and I just am not close to one, but I was close to Central Market, and they have a really good selection of deli meats, and so I made my way over to the deli and I acquired all the deli meats I would need for this sandwich, and I can post it later if anyone's interested in not wanting to watch the whole video and me go through the whole spiel of building the sandwich while I'm sitting in Central Market. So I can post that for you later. That's a week's worth of food for me. I don't think I'm going to be able to eat the whole thing. It definitely is enough for 2 meals, but I really, like, again, I said I wanted the sandwich, and so I decided that I was going to go ahead and make myself one, and the price wasn't very much difference in buying it. It's called an Unwich, and so it's basically a bunch of meats and cheese wrapped up in lettuce, so you don't have to. I like food, so I don't know. This will probably get me a couple of meals easily, but yeah. So I'm just gonna use. I've got some greens here. These are the greens I'm gonna use on the inside of it because I didn't want to buy a whole thing of lettuce, and so I'm going to attempt to put some of these in the center of this thing. Let me see if I can move this a little bit because I am sitting. Sorry about that. There we go. I think you can see that. I can only see comments, so I'm gonna attempt to roll it, but I also have some dressing. This will be interesting. I'll have to have a couple of pieces of paper here so I can wrap it up on the bottom because I'm gonna put dressing on there. And so I just made this dressing myself. It's vinegar and olive oil, and then I added some oregano and parsley and fresh ground black pepper, and I just made sure the lid was on really well. When you get these little containers and you can just shake it up, you can actually, it'll emulsify. The longer you shake it, it'll emulsify itself, and so it really will, see, it's already changing colors. You wouldn't know that that's just olive oil and vinegar in that container. And I just shook it around a lot to emulsify it. So, but I'm gonna take this, I know I love food too, Dory, that's the problem. So, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on there because it's gonna run everywhere. I already know it's gonna run everywhere, but I know this is gonna taste really good. So there's the dressing on there. And then I'm just gonna use this little, there's a piece of paper that came in with the meats, and I'm gonna use that to kind of roll. And I put the turkey on the outside. I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do, but this will definitely be 2 meals because that's a lot of meat. But I can show you here in just a minute. I have no paper towels for myself. I wasn't very prepared. I wish I would have been a little more prepared than I am, but that's okay. So let's see if I can move it over here so you can look at it. So I did put a little dressing on it, and here's what it looks like. I'll probably cut this in half. I'm not going to be able to eat this whole thing. There's no way, but the dressing is going to be what makes this and gives it flavor. Otherwise, I'd put some lettuce and tomato. Actually, well, lettuce is on there, but tomato and onion. So that's probably the only thing that's missing from on here. So next time I'll have to roll it just a little differently. I mean, look at this thing. It's huge. Here you go. So we're talking about a sandwich right here. Can you see that? It's pretty big. I mean, see my hand underneath the paper? It's bigger than my hand. So I'll definitely be cutting this thing in half and have half of it now and half of it later. But I wasn't going to be home, and I knew that there was a place that I could stop by and grab something to eat really quick. And sorry about my hair. And really just kind of wanted to share it with you guys because I know we're all out, trying to get this way of eating down. And sometimes when you're out, king of sandwiches, definitely. That's a big sandwich. So now I'm going to put it in this bag, but there's always a way for you to eat when you're out, and you just have to start learning, what that looks like. And we don't always have a lot of time on our hands to figure out where we can go and eat at. I love on-the-go tips too because I'm on the go so much. Like I have somewhere I have to be in about 45 minutes, and I thought, well, I'll hop on and make the sandwich really quick, and show you guys what that looks like for anyone. Somebody gave me an angry face. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you angry. I don't eat deli meats a lot because I know that's usually not something that's on keto eating because you really have to know what you're looking for when you get a deli meat. No nitrites, no nitrates, no sugars, all that stuff comes into play. And I can't guarantee you that my probably the ham on here is the only thing. And I tried to get the one with no sugar in it, but you can't guarantee. Oh yeah, throw some pork rinds. Oh yeah, I forgot. Thanks, Bryce. Look what I have. Thanks for reminding me. So I'm all set. That's the thing. It's like I get out a lot, and I know I'm a big time foodie. Even before I was doing keto, I'm a big time foodie, and so knowing where to go and what to get has been really helpful for me along this journey. And I thought I'd start sharing that with more people along the way, so that other people can have my tips. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining me. See you later.